So as everyone knows, there are 11 invasions in Terraria, and if you ask anyone what their most hated invasion is, they're probably going to say the Old One's army. Unless you're one of those weirdos that actually enjoys this event. Literally no one likes this event. As a matter of fact, a video I made on how to cheat it still gets 50 views a day by search. That's how you know nobody likes this event at all. And since I've only done this event twice outside of modded Terraria and only post Moonlord, I have no idea what the drops are. So today we're going to be looking at the drops and seeing if they're any good. Alright, so first up we have tier 1, and in tier 1, all we get is the Dark Mage, and these are his drops. First up, we have the Squire Shield, which is an accessory that will increase your max number of sentries by 1 and increase summon damage by 10%. Up next, we have the Apprentice's Scarf, and this increases your max number of sentries by 1 and increases summon damage by 10%. So like the exact same as the Squire Shield, but twice, I guess. We also have the War Table, which is just a furniture piece that'll increase your sentry capacity by 1. And then we got some War Table banners, which are just banners, so worthless. He also drops 2 pets, which is kind of cool. And then obviously we have the mask, the trophy, and the relic, which is all just decorational stuff anyways, so. And we also have his master mode pet. Alright, so next up we have tier 2, and this is when the ogre starts to spawn. And these are his drops. So we got the Huntress's Buckler, which increases your max number of sentries by 1 and increases summon damage by 10%. So just another Apprentice's Scarf and Shield. We also got the Monk's Belt, and you will not believe what this does. Now you need to brace yourself here because it increases your max number of sentries by 1 and increases summon damage by 10%. I know, shocker. Now for actual weapons. First up, we have the Tome of Infinite Wisdom. And this weapon basically just shoots out a projectile, but you can also right-click to cast a powerful tornado that will go through enemies and blocks. Up next, we have the Phantom Phoenix, which is just a bow. And when shooting this, it'll spawn a phoenix that will pierce through enemies, and it'll leave them on fire. And this time we got a melee weapon called the Brand of the Inferno. This is basically just a more powerful broadsword, but you can right-click to guard with a shield, and this will cause you to parry an attack. And we have another melee weapon here called the Sleepy Octopod. And this is basically just something you swing in a circle that does damage all around you, and by using this you charge it up and then you can slam down on the ground and you'll do more damage to enemies. And for the final weapon of this tier, we have a melee weapon called the Ghastly Glaive. And this is a spear, so it's got some good pierce and it summons ghosts as you're using it. And he also drops a pet Flicker Wick. I have no idea what that is. I've never played Dungeon Defenders. But this is a light pet. Obviously, we have his mask and his trophy. We also got his Master Mode pet, which is basically just a baby ogre. And then obviously his relic. And with that, we're on tier 3. And this is where Betsy starts to spawn. And this time, Betsy actually drops a treasure bag. And you can get 4 weapons from it. First up, we have the Aerial Bane. And this is a bow that shoots splitting arrows. And these arrows do more damage to airborne enemies. Although I don't really know when this would be useful. Next up, we have the Flying Dragon, which is a melee weapon. This is basically just a better Terror Blade, but acquiring it is such a pain that no one ever uses it. But this weapon pierces and goes through walls. Up next, we have Betsy's Wrath, which is a magic weapon. This is basically just an upgrade to the Golden Shower, as the debuff it gives takes away 40 defense. But basically, this thing just shoots a couple of projectiles in like an arc, so aiming with it's kind of difficult. And for the final weapon, we have another melee weapon. And this is called the Sky Dragon's Fury. And this is basically an upgrade to the Tome of Infinite Wisdom. And with this, you can actually shoot out a bunch of projectiles. And she also drops a set of wings. And these wings are basically just a worse Steampunker wings. And they're of the same tier, so they're kind of worthless. The only difference between this and Steampunker is the height and vertical multiplier. And then we obviously got the mask and the trophy. We also got another Master Mode pet, and this is a baby Betsy. You'll also get 30 to 49 Defender medals in the treasure bag. And then finally we have the Relic. The Relics won't actually drop until tier 3. I don't know why it's like that either. And that's it for the bosses. And that's basically it. If you like this, subscribe, because this was a lot of work and I did learn a lot of new stuff making this. And I even had to do the Old One's army for background footage, so I suffered immensely. Anyways, thanks for watching.